Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning scan video for January 14th, 2019. I didn't really trade at all this weekend, so I was kind of following Bitcoin, but not really. When I saw these wicks, I just decided to enjoy my weekend rather than try and trade this absolute garbage. But anyway, it looks like we did break down below the range low, and it looks like we're crawling back up a little bit. Let me go on the daily here and see what's going on. Okay. 3430 seems like an obvious support and resistance flip, so that would be possibly a nice long, but I'm not going to blindly set my bids there. What I could see is probably another little breakdown to this one-day support and resistance flip. Yeah, I could see that. Another little breakdown from there, and then bounce off of here a little bit, and I'll probably long that retest. So if it does something like this, bounces here, bounces a little bit here again, and then pops up, I'll probably long that second retest right here, something like that. And ideally, I would love to short between the equilibrium and monthly open, and it looks like my thought process for that is we were here for what, 2 days? 2 days, yes, before eventually dumping. But what's interesting about that is all of these highs have not been taken, right? So we have this long upper wick, of course, which took some highs, but highs from here down have not been touched. So my thought process for going up is because we have all of those untouched highs there, and because of that, that's a good target for some potential liquidity. I don't think there's as much liquidity to the downside. Of course, down here, the fresh lows. But at this time, we haven't seen any sort of relief after this initial dump for essentially, let's just call it 11%. We haven't really seen any relief, just some consolidation and then continuation of that dump. So I could see a relief bounce possibly to the equilibrium and monthly open, but I believe this high will hold. We may retest it, but I think this high will hold just because it wicked right above the monthly open in equilibrium and got rejected incredibly hard. So I think that will hold, and I do believe these highs will be the next target. Possibly we'll see another leg down because this looks like a little bit of a bear flag, right? I'm not a pattern trader. This is an ugly bear flag, but regardless, it just looks like stair-stepping up. So what you normally see is stair-stepping up, elevator down, which would make sense with my argument that we could see a tap of the 3430 area before continuing up and getting that upper liquidity. But in the end, I do believe we'll get that upper liquidity before dumping further. But essentially, I do think we'll see some fresh lows, but before that, we'll probably see price put up some sort of fight here because a 13% drop without much response from the bulls is definitely odd. It's not like Bitcoin to do that, so I think we'll see some sort of relief sometime soon here. 3770, how does that line up? 3690. Yeah, but so I'm going to possibly short right above the monthly open, or right below the monthly open and above the equilibrium. But that's really all. I'm not going to force a trade on Bitcoin. It still looks very choppy, as you can see, these long upper and lower wicks. So I'm not really interested in trading in that kind of environment for now. Ethereum, take profit 3, I believe. Let me look on my screen here. Take profit 3, yep, at 115.70 hit, so that's nice. And now my final take profit will be 111.90. And my reasoning for that is if you look at the low right here, the range low is 112.10. So what I'm thinking could happen is we could see another leg down. We do have a rounded top on this 4 hour. This looks pretty bad, actually. The gravestone doji with the confirmation after. So this looks bad. So because this looks bad, I think it will pull Bitcoin down, or Bitcoin will pull it down. Either way, doesn't look the best. If it does hold because of Bitcoin, then I'm still looking at these lows at 112.10. So what I'm assuming is that these lows will get taken. So that's why my take profit is about 111.90. And I'm interested in trading the BitMEX alts this week for sure. So I want to go through those and see if there's any opportunities today and possibly take those opportunities and see what we can do with those. I do want to get an Ethereum futures position as well, but not yet. What I want to get is a short position. This is going to be a no-brainer short. It's just going to be pinpointing that exact entry. It's not going to be difficult, but I just want to get the perfect entry. So I don't want to long this, even though it may be a good long for a few percent. I think I'd rather short in this green area here. That would be ideal with a stop. I don't know. Let's say we short there. Stop above there, maybe. Maybe above here. Get a little bit tighter. And then my take profit would be something like this. I think this is going to be a no-brainer short, so hopefully I'm able to fill the position. And if not, I'll just take a short on a retest of these lows and target here. It's only 3%. It's a 3% difference, but I would feel comfortable taking that trade as well. So I'll be on the lookout. I'll be on the lookout for that to see if I eventually get that opportunity. But I have an alert set for if these lows break down, and I'm also going to set an alert if price tests that box there. But an Ethereum futures position is something I'm absolutely interested in. This would be take profit 1, so this would be another swing trade. And I think this gap will get filled here. All right, so we have that inefficiency that has not been filled yet. It held on the retest. Okay, so that's very telling. And then we have, further downside there. I don't want to take too much time going through that. Bitcoin Cash. I did want to long this, actually. I think I'm interested in longing this only for a scalp until like this diagonal, or no, even lower, right there, with a stop below here. I think it looks pretty good, to be honest. Just because we have our initial low, higher low again. Right? So I think that looks pretty good. I may actually do a long for that right when I wrap up this video. I think I look like Bitcoin Cash ABC. Let me look on the Binance chart here. Oh my goodness. Let me just extend this a bit so I can get a visual. Where is this bouncing? In the middle of nowhere. That's not good. This would be probably a riskier play. I think I'll risk maybe a 0.5% of my total account balance on this one just because it is counter trend. And ABC is bouncing kind of in the middle of nowhere on Binance. But at the same time, I do like how we have some higher lows here and how this initial low has held. I think we could also see some relief for Bitcoin Cash ABC, so I'm interested in that. ADA, ooh, I want to short this right here. 1162. So let's say we short 1160. Let's stop above. Whoa, never mind. With a stop above probably this high, actually 1191, I'll be safe there. I think that will get protected. 3%. Then target the equilibrium. Perfect. That's another trade. But like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm interested in shorting BitMEX alts this week for sure. These look pretty bad. Tron, I missed a long. My longs at 581 didn't get filled, which is fine, but I kind of want to short in this golden pocket area. But to me, it seems a little bit forced because we have the 786 support. I mean, this fib has been playing out perfectly, so we have that support right below it, and it just doesn't seem like it would be worth it. And it's also a little bit scary to short Tron when they have some sort of event coming out and Justin Sun just pumps this thing to no end. So I don't think I'll be taking any Tron short positions, at least until the news is released or like 2 days before the news. I should probably look up when that comes out. Let's look. Let's see. I'm going on CoinMarketCal right now. If you didn't know, that's the website to see what events are coming out when for different coins. TRX. Tron. Okay. Oh, so it's the 17th. So we're about 3 days away. So I'll keep that in the back of my mind and look to short Tron. But overall, this looks horribly overextended. And I'll probably look to take a short position. I don't know. Let's say I get lucky and get filled here. Stop above here. Target something like this. I think we'll see sub 500 after this event. Whatever's going on, I think we'll see sub 500 Tron again. So I'm definitely interested in shorting Tron, just not yet. I don't want to jump the gun. I want to have a really good entry, but that doesn't necessarily mean catching the top. I'm not trading that. I'm not trading EOS either. Litecoin, right? I have an alert set for here because I do want to short this retest with the stop above here, targeting this. I think it'll be a nice little day trade short. But for now, I don't see Litecoin breaking this old range high yet, unless Bitcoin really dumps and does something crazy. But at this point, I don't see Litecoin breaking this range high, so that's why I want to get in right here. I'll also put a trade out right after I wrap up this video for this. Bitcoin Cash, I want to do a long, and I think that's everything. Bitcoin Cash SV, I'm still mildly bullish on SV. Even though this red area is now acting as resistance, if we can crawl back above that red area, I think we'll see another leg up. I have all of my alerts set, but honestly, as long as green holds, I'm still going to be bullish on SV. I think this was some sort of test pump here, but if Bitcoin does go for another leg up, I think it'll drag the whole market up, and especially SV. Let's look at higher time frames. According to the daily chart, it should be bouncing around here because it's support and resistance flip. And it retraced almost almost the full pump. It went back to the origin of the pump nearly. Got bought up fairly quickly, closed above red. But in terms of lower time frames, I would really love to see red turn into support, so I want to see a nice pop here. We do see some sort of rounded bottom, but the only concern about that is the kind of long upper wicks. They're really not that long, but is there a wall there? I'm on Binance right now. It looks like there's a 5 Bitcoin wall at 2,500, which really isn't that much. And then we have a few. There's really not too many walls on the sell side. So I think we could see another leg up for SV. It really just depends if that red can turn into support. Then I can absolutely see this pumping again. But that's really all I have this morning. It was a pretty boring weekend, and it looks like it may be another boring Monday. We have the New York Open in about 24 minutes, so maybe that will bring some action. But regardless, that's what I'm looking at this week. I'm looking to absolutely short BitMEX alts. I'm looking to short Tron. I'm looking to short Bitcoin because I think we'll see some fresh lows. But that's really everything I think I want to talk about this morning. If you guys have any questions, as always, please feel free to ask.